Judge Napolitano just said about James Comey will have Trump jumping for joy. Judge Napolitano told Trish Regan on Wednesday that he thinks FBI Director James Comey's recent statement says everything you need to know. See what you need to know in the video below.
So much. I will continue talking to you, and again, I'm here with the judge, but on one hand, nobody wants all this suspicion surrounding you. Certainly if you're the new incoming president, you can see how he would have seen the concerns about Russia, Judge, as a threat. Again, I don't know, is that in and of itself referring to the whole Russia investigation? Is that implicating in any way?
You mean, does that constitute obstruction of justice? It doesn't appear to be. Just trying to wear my judicial hat and be perfectly neutral here, it doesn't appear as though these conversations that the president had with Director Comey could constitute the level of obstruction of justice necessary to commence any further proceedings like impeachment, like some Democrats want to do. But I'm confident that Democrats are going to try and get more specific words out of Jim Comey's mouth tomorrow to see if they can find some hooks on which to hang their hats. Some of this stuff is pretty strong, but as I said, there's enough in here to please both sides that they're going to have a field day when they question him tomorrow.
Is there any part of you that says to yourself, gosh, maybe this is what the Russians intended all along, to really just mess with us?
Well, they certainly have, and this is certainly something that Donald Trump has tried to get to be pushed to the side so he can get to the business of governing. Look, the document that the NSA agent unlawfully released the other day shows that President Barack Obama knew that the Russians had hacked 122 city and county clerks who were tabulating the election returns at the time that President Obama said they weren't hacking the election. So we know that a lot of this was going on. I know the government didn't want that document out, but it fills a picture of it fills a piece of the puzzle of everything that was going on. It also tells us that Vladimir Putin, no surprise, was not being truthful when he said the Russians were not involved in any hacking. Jim Comey was obviously very aware of that, but in Comey's mind, there are a number of things going on here. There's the investigation of Russian hacking. There's the investigation of any potential, we've seen no evidence of this, but the investigation is still going forward, relationship between the Trump campaign or the Trump transition and the Russians. Then there is the discrete investigation of General Flynn personally. Did he lie? Was he a foreign agent? Did he break any federal laws during the transition or during the short period of time that he was the president's national security advisor? That's the investigation, and apparently, according to this, that's the only investigation that Director Comey understood the president wanted shut down, not the other ones.
Look what Judge Napolitano unleashed on him. Judge Napolitano, it doesn't appear as though these conversations that the president had with Director Comey could constitute the level of constitutional obstruction of justice necessary to commence any further proceedings like impeachment, like Democrats want to do. This shows just how little Democrats have on Trump. As Judge Napolitano pointed out, Comey's documents prove that there is nothing wrong done. As reported earlier by Liberty writers, the left doesn't have a leg to stand on anymore now that James Comey has given out his testimony. Share this if you are tired of the Russian crap. Let's send a message to Washington that we won't stand for their lies anymore. Judge Napolitano is right. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.